You're watching Mountaintop's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN, we're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. We start tonight with a building fire in the borough of Ringtown in Schuylkill County. This is what the scene looked like around 3:30 this afternoon. That building fire is now under control. The Valley Beverage building is a total loss. Fire crews from throughout Schuylkill, Luzerne, and Columbia counties all called into the scene. Ringtown's fire chief also called in additional tanker trucks due to a lack of water to put the fire out. There's no word what started the fire as of yet, and there were no reports of any injuries. Now to a disturbing case in Hazleton, where police are investigating a child welfare incident. Police were called to 22 North Poplar Street for reports of a small child not wearing any clothing in the middle of the street. When police arrived, they also found another small child standing in the doorway of the home. A third child was observed and stated his brother was supposed to be watching them but was up the street. Officers entered the home and found the interior to be in deplorable condition, with human feces on the floor and walls, as well as a large number of insect infestation throughout the residence. Officers took protective custody of the 13, 8, 7, and 4-year-old males and a 3-year-old female. Officers were unable to make contact with the children's mother. Children and Youth was contacted along with the Hazleton Code Department, who condemned that second-floor apartment. According to the police chief, charges are pending. Police in Plymouth and Duryea arrested the father, stepmother, and grandmother of a 9-year-old girl that after a 4-month investigation into claims that the child was abused and neglected. 29-year-old Michael Law, 26-year-old Cindy Magna, and 60-year-old Joanne Ortman were arrested Wednesday night on severe child abuse allegations. They're charged with, among others, tying a child to a bed with a belt and making her eat off the floor. Plymouth police arrested all 3 suspects Wednesday. Police say this case spans over about 2 years and involves 2 police departments. A Luzerne County man is in custody. That is the result of a 1.5-year investigation that took place at the Luzerne County Community College in Nanticoke. State police say 51-year-old Michael Jordan of Larksville was charged with, among others, 25 counts of violations concerning licenses and 25 counts of causing or risking a catastrophe. It started when state police were contacted in October of 2017 by PennDOT to investigate Jordan, who was a PennDOT third-party commercial driver's license test examiner. The investigation revealed that Jordan falsified PennDOT exam reports and failed to properly test individuals. That resulted in CDL licenses being issued to dozens of drivers without the proper safety tests being conducted. Jordan received cash payments directly from applicants, resulting in a loss of income for the college. Jordan's actions allowed 142 commercial vehicle operators to drive on public highways without proper qualifications, risking the safety of other drivers on the road. The identified operators have been retested at different locations. 67 failed that retest. A crash in one part of Luzerne County early this morning leaves a 24-year-old Wilkes-Barre man dead. It happened along North Main at Cunningham Street in Ashley around 2 this morning when the vehicle, driven by Christian Barrientos, was then crashed into a building. Police are still investigating the circumstances surrounding that incident, but they believe speeding may have played a factor. We now know the identity of the 24-year-old Hazleton man killed in a crash on the northeast extension of the Pennsylvania Turnpike between Lansdale and Quakertown. That happened early Wednesday morning. Police say Christian Jose Santana was driving in the left northbound lane around 4 in the morning when he lost control of his car at mile marker 39 in Bucks County. He swerved off the road and into multiple objects, according to state police at King of Prussia. Santana was pronounced dead at the scene. A West Hazleton man facing burglary charges after he allegedly broke into a home in Drums. Butler Township Police responded to a burglary alarm Monday afternoon at a home on West Foothills Drive. When they arrived, a silver van was in the driveway with the driver's side door opened. They also spotted a broken window and the front door opened. The house was empty, but Sugarloaf Police detained a man walking in the area of West Foothills Drive and Sunset Road. He was identified as 27-year-old Franklin Estevez Jimenez. He was arrested and charged with burglary, criminal trespass, theft, and receiving stolen property. He was released Tuesday on $25,000 unsecured bail. A Shenandoah man found out just how long he'll be spending behind bars after he committed money laundering and identity theft. 35-year-old Mario Valentine and his co-defendant Carrie Aker laundered over $218,000 of credit card fraud proceeds by using forged credit cards to purchase gift cards and other items. The fraud took place between January 2013 and May of 2015. Valentine was also convicted of using other people's stolen identities during that time period. U.S. District Court Judge Richard Caputo sentenced him to 64 months in prison and 3 years supervised release. He's also ordered to pay over $269,000 in restitution to the victims. Carrie Aker pled guilty and is also awaiting sentencing. A judge is giving former Penn State President Graham Spanier 3 weeks to report to jail and start serving a sentence imposed over his handling of a complaint about Jerry Sandusky showering with a boy. A judge's order made public Wednesday says Spanier can do his time in the jail near his home in State College if county jail wardens approve. Spanier has remained out on bail since his 2017 conviction for misdemeanor child endangerment. A lawyer for Spanier declined to comment on Wednesday. Coming up on WYLN News, our Julia Wiegand tells us what was tabled at last night's City Council meeting. Plus, gas prices are going up. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tonight, clouds and a low of 43. Tomorrow starts off dry, then late day showers and into the evening. But by Saturday, late in the day, we'll have sun and 71. We'll be right back.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown the Hometown Village Square.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get select Ram 1500 4x4s for as low as $32,890. Or get 0% for 72 months on the Ram 1500. Savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Hazleton City Council voted to table a new ordinance involving parades and public gatherings at their meeting last night. WILN's Julia Wiegand has the details.
The City of Hazleton wants to regulate, control, and ensure the safe and orderly performance of all parades and public gatherings within the municipality. The parade ordinance of the City of Hazleton, which was tabled at last night's City Council meeting, intends to ensure the safety of citizens of the city and individuals who want to hold parades and public gatherings within the city. Council has had numerous meetings with organizations concerned with how the ordinance was originally drafted.
I mean, the reason for tabling it was to give them all an opportunity and input on their suggestions and how we could do it, and realizing that, you know, when there's an event in the city, that we're also responsible for the safety of the people in the parades, the people attending them. So to try and find that combination was very simple. Give us your suggestions so we can come up with a happy medium, a compromise here, and realizing that we just are worried about the safety of the event and, you know, what we have to provide for it.
One of the biggest concerns from organizations was having to provide public liability insurance, which, as currently drafted, is in no amount less than $1 million.
You know, is it unaffordable? Is there any, I mean, it's, you know, is there any middle point here that we can reach here that will balance both sides out? I mean, I think everybody knows that it's okay to have an ordinance like this. You know, it's just the questions involving it, whether it be the size and stuff. But we're going to try and accommodate everybody, as well as hold up our responsibility, because we have a responsibility to keep everybody safe here.
City Council hopes to continue meeting with organizations for their input before drafting up an official ordinance to vote on, which can still be amended need be. Reporting in Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Gas prices in our area are going up, and just in time for, didn't we just say 71 on Saturday to get here? Those prices are closing in on $3 a gallon for regular gas. According to AAA, the average gas price in our area is $2.93 a gallon. AAA reports the price of gas in our area has gone up nearly 30 cents in the last month. Reason for the increase? The price in maintenance on refineries, which makes gas more expensive for companies to produce. There's no word when the prices are expected to come down again. The Klein Township Municipal Authority could be selling property they own to help bring in some income. The board chairman said the authority owns 300 acres near the number 8 reservoir, 100 acres along Interstate 81, and another 50 to 60 acres behind the former Honeybrook Water Company. The authority has someone looking at its logging possibilities. Chair Aaron DeBalco said the land along the interstate has potential for sale. The authority also owns 5 lots along Grove Street, that's near Woodside Terrace, that is made for residential. Money made from the sale of property would go into a capital reserve fund for projects like putting a new water line in Haddock, the ongoing project in Trescow, and moving of the water line on Route 309 due to PennDOT work. Luzerne County paid a Harrisburg law firm over $47,000 to conduct an investigation into County Election Director Marisa Crisple's service on the advisory board of County Vendor Election Systems and Software and the trips that she took to advisory board meetings at the company's expense. The county commissioned the firm to conduct the investigation back in December after the county learning that Crisple was serving on an advisory board for election systems and software which provided the electronic voting machines. The firm submitted an 80-page report to the county in February. The report has only been distributed to county council members, County Manager David Pedri, and employees of the county solicitor's office. State Auditor General Eugene DePasquale cited the CRISPL controversy when he launched an investigation into how counties obtain voting equipment back in December. Hazleton Public Transit will receive funds from Luzerne County so that it can get state transportation funding. Luzerne County Council approved matching funds of over $171,000 so HPT can receive over $2 million in operating assistance funding from the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. Councilman Stephen Urban and Harry Haas voted against the funding, stating that Schuylkill and Carbon counties should pay a portion as well, since they are also served by the Hazleton Transit System. Haas proposed an amendment that would have reduced the matching funds by about $18,000, which would be what the other two counties owe. But that amendment was voted down 8-3. Other council members also said they would like to discuss the funding inequity with officials from Schuylkill and Carbon counties. The Mohegan Sun Arena has a new acting general manager. That after Brian Sipe resigned as its general manager on Wednesday. Carrie Grantuscus will take the place of Sipe, who served as the arena's general manager since October of 2014. She'll take over the position until a new general manager is appointed. There will also be no professional football played at the arena until next year. A contract has not been finalized between the Pennsylvania Pioneers and the arena. The National Gridiron League has also postponed its first planned season until 2020. The Luzerne County Convention Center Authority and the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins are also said to be still in negotiations. Their current contract between the two parties will expire on June 30th. The administration of Democratic Governor Tom Wolf is pushing a regulation to control methane emissions from existing natural gas facilities that doesn't directly target the potent greenhouse gas. And that's raising alarm among environmental groups. Instead, the proposed rule sets limits on smog-forming volatile organic compounds emitted by Pennsylvania's enormous gas industry, with methane reduction listed as a co-benefit. Environmental advocates say the administration needs to do much more. Coming up on Rush Township's News Choice, a suggestion for dinner tomorrow night, but you better get there early. Plus, today is National Pet Day, and Community and You takes a trip to the SPCA. Stay with us.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. Packages are available to fit anyone's budget, and there is a restaurant and catering on site. The facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor parties, private parties of any kind. Call 570-384-2314.
This week on The Storm, I'll be speaking with Adam Wilson of the Atlantic Coal Group about whether big government has taken its foot off the neck of the coal industry. What has improved is related to stifling regulations, and what still needs to get better. It's all coming up this week on The Storm, only on WYLN TV 35.
On this week's segment, we're back at the Hillside SPCA in Pottsville. The facility, nestled in the heart of Schuylkill County, is a nonprofit no-kill animal shelter. It was run for over 3 decades by manager Barbara Umlauf, who passed away in December.
Hillside's running for almost 34 years now. Excuse me. It's a good place to work. Dogs get to run free here. They're not locked in crates or locked up 24/7. All the dogs that are good with other dogs get to run and play all day long like a normal dog should. The ones that aren't so good with other dogs get several walks a day. They get mountain walks, they get time in a big yard to run and free and exercise. And they're all very spoiled here, let me tell you. They're all very loved. We love them like they're our own.
The employees and volunteers are the heartbeat of Hillside, and the new management is committed to taking care of the animals that pass through the doors.
It's an emotional job, a stressful job, but very rewarding at the same time. You know, that kind of confuses people. We go home every night, and you're supposed to leave your work at work. You can't in a place like this. You know, we think of the animals all the time. I've started out with 1 building, which the cats and the dogs resided in, and now we're up to 5 buildings. And that's all thanks to Barbara Umlauf, who raised the money and was able to build it to what it is today. And without her, there would be so many homeless animals. And sadly, since her passing, December 20th, we do have new management, which I said I'm the assistant manager now, and Tricia Moyer-Menser is the manager of the dog side. And we have Becky Moyer, who is the manager of the cat side. So there's lots of changes since, like, over the last few months, but we're just trying to do our best to continue doing what Barbara did. Barbara's life was these dogs and cats, and that's what we want to do, is keep her legacy alive. You know, it's, like I said, it's a wonderful place to work. We have phenomenal volunteers that are here daily, weekly. They come and sit with dogs, spend time with them, they walk them. All that extra attention helps the dogs a lot.
Fund was also set up in honor and memory of Barbara Umlauf's children, which helps out with the animals' medical cost.
Joan Caroline's Fund is how all our dogs are vetted. They get spayed, neutered, microchipped, they get their shots, and without all our amazing donators, we're so grateful to all of them, because without them, Joan Caroline's Fund wouldn't exist. And that is the one thing Barbara felt very strongly about. It was for both her kids that have passed, and for their love of animals is why she started it. But everybody, for the most part, is up to date on everything. So basically, when they get adopted, they just need a well visit.
The community can help out the shelter by either making monetary donations, volunteering, or bringing much-needed items needed for daily pet care.
They can come any day of the week. We're open 365 days a year. Usually the best time to volunteer is like between 9 and 2. Donations are always, that's what keeps us running. Newspapers, dog food, wet and dry for both dogs and cats, and rabbit food, stuff like that, puppy food and kitten food that don't come that often. We're always asking for that. We usually get a lot of the dog food, the dry. The wet is where we're usually asking for more. You know, which is understandable, but that's how we run here. Everything's on donations. And without our supporters, we wouldn't be here to help all these homeless girls and boys, and as you can see, they're amazing dogs, amazing dogs.
The animals at Hillside are all looking for good homes.
All our adoptable dogs are listed on our website at hillsidespca.com. We're also an Adopt-A-Pet and Pet Finder. So any cat or dog or rabbit or gerbil, anything is always going to be listed for those that are adoptable.
For more information, you can visit hillsidespca.com. On the next episode, we'll be talking about keeping your pet protected during flea and tick season.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get select Ram 1500 4x4s for as low as $32,890. Or get 0% for 72 months on the Ram 1500. Savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
This week on Talking NEPA, I'm joined by Mary Malone, the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. We talk about the Chamber's job here in our area, how you can be part of it, and how they're always looking to be part of the community and help solve our problems. This week on Talking NEPA, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce.
Veterans and active duty military members are invited to attend this year's North Schuylkill School District Memorial Day presentation. The event is taking place Friday, May 17th, 8 a.m. at the North Schuylkill High School. There will be performances from the choir along with several guest speakers. Military members from the area are invited to attend and are recognized during the program. They should arrive at 7:30, where a hot breakfast will be served. Once again, the North Schuylkill School District holding its Memorial Day presentation Friday, May 17th, starting at 8 a.m. Tomorrow, the last McAdoo Fire Company Linton food sale for this year. The sale will include some of the best ethnic foods. Firefighters will be serving up their famous halushki potato cakes along with pizza, mac and cheese, and both New England and Manhattan clam chowder. They'll also be selling frozen homemade pierogies. Getting hungry? The sale will run from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., but you are encouraged to get there early before they run out. Because after Friday, the next time you'll be able to get some of the fire company's good food won't be until their bazaar in June. Buy it and stock up on it. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services.